Recently, Iran's President Ibrahim Raisi visited Pakistan. What was the purpose of this visit? Well, this visit was a part of Iran's diplomatic outreach to gather support against Israel. You must be aware of the Iran-Israel tensions in the Middle East. Anyway, Iran managed to achieve support from Pakistan. Pakistan supported Iran's stand against Israeli actions in Gaza. Pakistan also tried to act clever by slipping in the Kashmir issue. It tried to win Iran's support, but President Raisi did not mention anything about Kashmir in his speech. However, the joint statement did mention that the Kashmir issue should be peacefully resolved based on the will of the people, which is a vague and ineffective statement. So nothing groundbreaking was achieved in this visit. There were no major breakthroughs. 8 MOUs were signed, normal stuff like boosting economic and security cooperation, increasing trade and culture ties, intelligence sharing, regular consultations, etc. Nothing concrete. But yes, both nations managed to reduce tensions between them. If you remember, tensions escalated between Iran and Pakistan in the month of January, when Iran conducted missile and drone strikes within Pakistani territory. Iran targeted the Jaish-ul-Adl terrorist group in Balochistan province. In retaliation, Pakistan conducted military strikes targeting Baloch militants in Iran's Saravand city. Now, in Raisi's visit, both nations decided to manage the border properly so that militants do not jeopardize the relations between the neighbors. However, a major pain point remains in their relationship, which is the Iran-Pakistan gas pipeline. This pipeline, close to 3,000 kilometers in length, is meant to supply natural gas from Iran to Pakistan. It had to be completed a decade back, but Pakistan failed to initiate the project due to political and economic instability and the fear of US sanctions. Iran has made significant investments in this project and therefore wants Pakistan to avoid delaying the construction of its portion of the project. We know that Iran is attempting to bypass economic sanctions by finding new markets to trade. It is trying to diversify its energy exports. So the completion of this pipeline is crucial for Iran in order to expand its natural gas market. Iran has completed its portion of the project, but Pakistan has made no significant progress on the portion lying in its territory. Now the future of this much delayed gas pipeline project is very uncertain. Pakistan is facing a huge dilemma. If it goes ahead to build the pipeline, there is a risk of US sanctions and loss of IMF support. It is too big a risk for a country surviving on bailouts from the IMF and other countries. Pakistan is still struggling with economic instability. It will be interesting to watch how Pakistan proceeds with the pipeline project. Because if Pakistan somehow manages to complete this project, that would pave the way for many other countries, including India, to increase their engagement with Iran. Of course, the US won't just sit and let it happen smoothly. It will pressure Pakistan to not complete this project. And if Pakistan gives in and fails to construct the pipeline, it will face penalties. It signed the agreement for this pipeline with Iran back in 2009. The agreement contained penalties for delays. Iran granted Pakistan an extension to avoid legal action. As the deadline is approaching, Pakistan is trying to complete at least some part of the pipeline by the deadline to avoid penalties. So Pakistan is facing a very difficult situation. It will have to navigate between US sanctions on one hand if it completes the project, and heavy penalties on the other hand if it doesn't. Let us see how things materialize.